Coming up on City Spotlight, it's all things Arcola. We'll talk with the mayor of Arcola, Larry Ferguson, and Arcola City Administrator, Bill Wagner. We'll discuss future improvements for Arcola's water, a new truck route in Arcola that will help out with traffic to the Libman Company, and the recent community swap that Arcola did with Monticello. And we will wrap up the show with a visit to Arcola High School and talk Arcola schools with Arcola Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Tom Mulligan. The focus is on Arcola, next on City Spotlight. City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com. And thank you for all of you for joining us for this latest edition of City Spotlight. Today we're talking Arcola. And I'd like to welcome back in the studio the mayor of Arcola, Larry Ferguson. Pleasure to see you again, Larry.
Nice to be here.
And Bill Wagner, Arcola City Administrator. Pleasure to see you again, Bill.
Thank you for inviting us.
It's been a while since we've had you on, so better late than never. And there's a lot we're going to talk about here going on in Arcola. It's been going on in 2017. And first off, congratulations, Larry. In April, you were reelected for a fourth term. So the residents of Arcola have spoken, and they appreciate what's going on, and they continue to have you as the mayor of Arcola.
Yeah, it's really been a good run. The fourth time being elected, seems like I at the end of my term, it's like I'm thinking, I'm done, but there's more things to be done. So that's why I went ahead and ran, and the people have spoken, and really proud to be the mayor of Arcola. So
very good. And before we started taping, Bill, you told me that Larry is the longest. 4 terms is some kind of a record there in Arcola?
Yeah, he's actually the longest serving mayor in Arcola's history. So
all right.
Quite an accomplishment.
We tip our cap to you. Good job. Congratulations to Arcola as well. We've got several things here on the agenda to talk about today, gentlemen. And let's start with some things going on with Arcola's water. Where do we want to start there?
We're moving into more of a water management type situation. We're going to have high-tech meters, I guess is the best way to describe it. They're working through the Verizon network, and they'll upload everybody's usage on a daily basis, so we'll be able to help them capture their leaks sooner, and that'll help us with less loss in our community. And person will be able to take their app on their smartphone, go in, they'll see that, hey, I used the bathroom at 2 this morning and the toilet ran for 15 minutes. So that's where your water went. That's kind of where the market's going. We were fortunate enough to get a large loan from USDA to help with this, partnered with a $450,000 CDAP grant. So we'll replace probably about a third of our water main in town, plus all of our 1,100 water meters.
Huge undertaking, Larry, and some great technology, obviously, as well. So.
Absolutely. I think that, with technology, the way that it's come today is that, we are not going to have to go out and read the meters. We can definitely, like Bill touched on, it seems like we have, some problems with our usage within our homes that are spike or have a large leak, and we can actually see those right off, and we don't have to send our guys out so much and back and forth reading and dealing with the homeowner, which we gladly do. But I think it's going to shrink that time down and give the homeowner more of. I think we've come to today. We'd like to be in charge of everything. So with that utility, they can actually be in charge to see where that's at, and we can too from afar. So it's really nice to have that type of system in place.
This grant was approved in the summer, so when might we see some of this work beginning?
We're just finishing the last few hurdles right now with the state. We're actually hoping to bid this out this winter. It's always a good time to change out meters. There's no dead time for that moment. So bid the whole project out, and then in the spring be ready for the actual contractor that's doing the water main replacement to come in as well. So it's kind of two pieces coming together.
And this will be on the west side of Arcola?
Yeah, basically between 133 and Route 45. Around the high school and back towards the downtown.
All right, very good. That's a great move moving forward. Let's next talk about a new truck route in Arcola and involving the Libman Company.
I think we had the comprehensive plan probably 4 or 5 years ago, Bill, and one of our big struggles was to get a new route. Libman has grown leaps and bounds, and we had to bring our trucks through, right through residential area, and it does cause quite a bit of a disturbance. And we looked at different ways to try to bring them in, and it never did seem to fit. And Bill can basically tag on to this of just how that came about. This is going to be really exciting to see the truck route change.
Tell us, where will this new truck route roughly be?
Basically, they'll come over from Route 45. They'll take 300 north to Elm Street and around to Front Street, and it works out really well with their latest addition to the plant and their new corporate offices. Right. They'll have a nice road in and easier access for the trucks. They'll be able to stage on Libman's property instead of the public street. So from a public safety standpoint, that'll improve that as well. And it'll address some of our drainage issues that we've had on that side of town. Okay. So all in all, it's a really great project. It's a really nice partnership between our community, the state through IDOT, DCEO, and then Libman's making the investment necessary for us to get the grants, as well as putting in some money to support the project.
So benefiting Libman's with the new truck route, and obviously the residential areas will get a bit of a relief not having all those trucks.
Probably 50 to 60 trucks a day.
Wow.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Didn't know that number. Thank you for sharing that. We have some new multifamily developments there over by the Sarah Bush Clinic across from the high school. Can you guys tell us about that?
I believe it's a 56-unit multifamily. It's been in the works for a good while, but I think they've got approval on that. Hopefully they intend to break ground next spring. Should be done spring, summer, depending on, I guess, the weather. Bill might tag onto that if you'd like.
Yeah, I think we're partnered with Don and Jeremy Yost from here in Charleston. They're really good people, very enthusiastic about the project. Be a nice mix of single-bedroom unit, two-bedroom, three-bedroom units. And it'll kind of hit that mark of people that are underserved, I guess, or having a hard time. They don't qualify for subsidized rent in some of the programs and departments, but then again, they are at a point where they can afford their own home. So help them out, help our community out, and it'll be a good investment for our community and schools. Hopefully bring some new people into town.
And another building on that side of the road there in Arcola. So maybe it's a start of some things in that area as well. Next on the agenda, let's talk about a longtime business in Arcola, the Dutch Kitchen. What can you tell us about what's going on with that facility?
Well, I know the Yoders have had that for 47 years. Was that what it was? And the restaurant business is tough, especially today. I know they had a great following. I've seen a lot of people come to the door up there and realize that it's closed. I know there were a couple of prospects of coming into there and running it as the Dutch Kitchen and maybe something else, but right now we're just kind of waiting on others to come in to see, if we can help them. So don't really know where we're at with that right now.
It's a prime location of the historic downtown Arcola, so hopefully someone finds that as an appealing location. Yeah.
It's a good opportunity to come see us. We can help you get set up.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Interested to hear about something you guys did for the first time here. You did a community swap with the city of Monticello. What can you tell us about that?
I think it was just a really great opportunity. We've got some common assets with Monticello. They have a beautiful downtown. We have a very nice downtown, and sometimes you just get a little stale in how you see and do things in your community, and it's nice to get somebody's constructive criticism and then see some of the things that they're doing that maybe you can bring back to your community. And Callie Jo McFarland is a city planner there in Monticello, and she's just a great help to us. And then Ken Larimore from University of Illinois Extension Office helped set it up, and I think Larry and his wife and a bunch of us went, and they sent a group down, we sent a group down and did presentations, and Larry can probably touch on that.
Yeah.
What did you guys learn?
Well, different things. You can, as you're in town, you live there, you just kind of do your daily things and you kind of miss some things. And what was nice is they did come to town and pointed out a lot of great things that we had. They were really at awe of our downtown and what the shops had to offer. And I think we know that we have some really nice things to offer, but really didn't hear any negative to speak of. We already know that our brick streets are awesome, but they're a real pain on the other side of the coin, very hard to maintain. So, we learned a few things about what they're doing, and I think that might help us a little bit. So we had teams that went up there and had teams that came down to Arcola. And I think that was, getting together and talking with them was really important to kind of see what they're doing and what we're doing and maybe how we can improve. I know we've kind of done a few things right now that signage and things like that, spruce that up and things like that. So
is this going to be something on a regular basis, need be type thing, where you might do this with them again or another community, or was it just kind of a one-time thing for you?
Well, I'm not sure where we're going to follow up with that, Bill.
It's really a one-time thing. We stay in pretty close contact with them. We made a lot of friends there in Monticello, and it's up to us to kind of implement our own action plan, and then we can compare notes in a year or so and see how we both did on that.
It was really interesting, though. It's like, well, I hope they don't see this, or I hope they don't see that, that type of thing. But it was all, in really good taste. We all, represented each other very well, and it was a good time too. So
communities working together. That's a very good story. Let's talk about some events that happen annually in Arcola, and the 6th Pop the Top Car Show. And I understand you had a really good turnout this past summer.
I think the weather was perfect. I think we had 150 plus. Is that right,
Yep.
Bill?
Wow. Yep.
Cars. I think the first year might have been in the 60s to 80s. That's actually an offshoot. Well, it's not really an offshoot of the beautification committee. It's to help raise funds to beautify downtown Arcola or its surrounding area there. They did a great job putting up some new trees and different things around the depot and keeping the Hippie Memorial sign up to date and that type of thing. The group, which Bill's a part of, they do a really great job of doing the beautification. But to get back on the car show, I've been the judge all 6 years. Is it 6 years, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a judge all 6 years, which is really a neat thing to do and be a part of. And it's grown so much that 150 plus, that's a lot of cars. And how do you expand that? I don't know how much farther down Main Street we can go. So it's a good time.
Can you name any locations people came from, or were they pretty much very local?
I wasn't a part of that process. Okay. I just knew what car
curious.
They were and that type of thing.
It was pretty broad. We actually had a Nissan Z Club from Springfield come over.
Oh wow!
We get quite a few people from Terre Haute, far south of Salem, Lincoln, and Kankakee to the north and west. So we've got over 300 people on our mailing list for that, and quite a few repeat customers. They enjoy the atmosphere. Being downtown, the brick streets with the classic cars, it's fun. We pipe in some music in the PA system. Everybody just has a really good time with it. So
a lot of good door prizes giveaways. A lot of communities, even I believe, here in Charleston, participate, to give out a few things, and which is really nice to do. So.
All right, very good. Something sixth annual for that one, and Broomcorn obviously was not too long ago. As people are seeing this episode here in the beginning of November, I had an interesting front row seat. I was an honorary lawn ranger, and what can you guys add to the tradition of Broomcorn? And wow, just lots of people this year. It was a great looking parade.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think it's just great that it's a volunteer-based organization that puts this all together. It could be a full-time job planning these events, and we've got a core of probably 15 to 20 people that step up every year and take that challenge on. We're losing Loretta Coatney. She's done a great job, probably at least 12 years of taking care of not just organizing the event as the chair, but really ramrodding things with the vendors. And she's got some big shoes to fill, but it's a good time, a good opportunity for somebody else to step up and add their own little flair to our festival.
As we talked before this taping here, just a couple of years away from the 50th Broomcorn, so I'm sure the planning for that is ongoing as well. In our next segment here on City Spotlight, this episode on Arcola, we're going to talk Arcola Schools with Dr. Tom Mulligan, Superintendent of Arcola Schools, and there's some great things going on there with the schools, and some things we'll talk about with him. Let's talk about Libman's contribution to a new video production thing going on there. What can you tell us about that?
I think it's just great that Libman's is making an investment in our school. I think they see the value in investing in the students. They see it as workforce development and supporting the community that supports them. So I don't know that we could do a lot of things in our community without the support of Libman's and the school. It's a three-legged stool with all of us working together. It's for a small town, I'm really, really proud of that.
I think I know the Libman Company has donated a lot of dollars before now that no one knew about because they didn't want that to be recognized. They did it just kind of behind the scenes, doing a good thing, a feel good type thing, and really doing a great job for the community. So, but now I think the guard have changed a little bit, and I think they want to be recognized because it's very important that people know that they really care about the community and what they've done for us.
And the last thing here we'll touch upon, and also we'll talk about this with Tom in the next segment, is the CEO program has gotten going here in Douglas County. Keep on repeating myself. So many communities in Central Illinois. It's a footprint, and Douglas County is the latest stopping ground. And this is the first school year for Arcola?
Yes, there's 13 students with Arcola, Arthur, Villa Grove, and Tuscola all kind of joining in, and it's wonderful. Stephanie McMahon from Sullivan, she used to be the chamber director, is our facilitator, and she's got just a great job with the students. They're doing really wonderful things. They've got a lot of buy-in. You could see a lot of growth in the students from the start of the school term to now, and there's just going to be even more. It's phenomenal. I would encourage you to spend some time with our group and any of the CEO groups and just sit in on a class and experience that. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for our kids.
It's a list on my list of things to do. So many communities have the CEO program, and congratulations to Arcola and Douglas County to add that, because I've seen what it's done down there in Effingham, which was the starting point for it. So it's great to see it's branching out into so many communities.
Yeah, Craig Linval is the one that really kind of spearheaded that, and some other people have jumped in and helped him make that run even further. And it's just their footprint across the United States is expanding, and they're adding even more here in Central Illinois. It's just it's phenomenal. It's amazing what it's doing for big towns, but small towns, I think you're going to see an even larger impact.
Very good. Lots of growth and great things in the schools, and we'll talk about that more in our next segment. Larry Ferguson, the Mayor of Arcola, Bill Wagner, Arcola City Administrator. Pleasure having you guys in the studio again. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And coming up next here on City Spotlight, we'll head out to Arcola High School and talk with Dr. Tom Mulligan, Superintendent of Arcola Schools. But first, let's take a look at some of the upcoming activities going on in Arcola. And we're back here on City Spotlight. We've left the studio as we continue this episode on Arcola. We're at Arcola High School. We're going to talk Arcola Schools with Arcola Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Tom Mulligan. Welcome back to the program, Tom.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And glad for us to be here on location. We came to your place, and an exciting time for Arcola High School. We're taping this segment here on October 19th, and on October 21st here at Arcola High School, we'll be celebrating 100 years of Arcola High School. What a grand thing going on, Tom. Tell us about what's going to be happening.
Yeah, so it's actually a celebration of, it's 100 years of the current facility that we're in. The high school actually, Arcola High School started actually in the late 1800s, but we're going to be celebrating this Saturday 100 years of tradition in this facility, and we're going to have student presentations going on. The students have been researching what was going on in Arcola in different decades. They've been researching what the world was like in those different decades, and they've all done presentations and things for that. We've collected memorabilia from all kinds of Arcola graduates. So we're going to have all kinds of things displayed in the old gym here, and I think people are going to really enjoy looking at all that old memorabilia. I mean, we've got old football helmets to Letterman jackets to diplomas to graduation announcements to, you name it, we've got it. And I think people will really enjoy it. We've got tours going on, guided tours. So we've got a couple of experienced graduates who are gonna, they're used to taking class reunions on tours, so they're gonna be doing tours. So we've got that going on. One of the funnest things I think we're doing is we're going to actually interview. We've got students from our journalism class who are going to interview every graduate who comes through, and we're going to kind of create a one production of all the graduates and their interviews when they come through. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. And of course, we've got the 100-year high school birthday cake with the picture on it, and I think we're just excited to have everybody come through the high school and really reflect on how awesome of a tradition it's been.
The last time we had you on was last year, so I wished you best of luck in the 99th year. So now it's here.
Now we're here.
This is the 100th year, and you have some amazing archive stuff and some stuff that you're going to be probably showing off on that Saturday, the celebration. What did you learn from some of those old building plans that you showed me beforehand?
Yeah, I think the building plan that was actually in the newspaper in 1916, it's really amazing to see how much of the building remains almost the same. You know, it was really neat to look at what's the same and what's changed. For example, we're taping in the district office right now, and this used to be the old chorus room.
Wow.
So, you know, there's been some things that have been changed, but there's also been things that have remained the same. When we talked about doing decorations in this whole high school when people come through, and the graduate committee that we had said, no, leave it just like it is. We want people to remember what it was like when they went to high school, you know. So it's been neat reflecting on the history and learning about what, you know, what's happened here over the last 100 years.
And you have the original part, and you obviously have the new addition.
Yeah, of course, we've added on. You know, we got a huge addition on our high school. We got an addition on our junior high, and of course, the elementary was built in the 1950s as well. So, you know, we're one whole complex, and we hope everybody gets around and takes a look at the whole complex.
We're going to talk about some things that are going on now that really get going for the next 100 years of Arcola High School. But when you have a moment like this, that, you know, it's the 100 years, it's a big number, and when you have a celebratory year for just about any occasion, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And when you look at it, has the community really gotten excited about this type of thing?
Yeah, I think so. You know, it was like a couple months after I was here, you know, somebody asked me to describe Arcola, and I said, you know, the school district and the community, and I said, it's really, Arcola's about riding innovation into the future while respecting tradition and excellence in the past. And I think, you know, that's really what this community is all about. And, you know, we've had so many people supporting this effort, and in the whole thing, they're talking about how do we while we celebrate this, how do we showcase how we're moving into the future? And that's why a lot of our presentations our students are doing are all technology related, and, you know, we want to kind of show how things have changed.
Hopefully we'll have a few pictures we can show during this part of it here from the celebration. Wish I could be there, so best of luck. Hope it goes well for you guys. And
awesome.
Congratulations for Arcola High School 100 years. Some exciting new things now and moving forward. Let's talk about CEO program in Douglas County is underway at different schools, and talk about it here at Arcola High School. We talked in our first segment with Mayor Larry Ferguson and Bill Wagner from the city about 13 students being involved in this. Tell us what else is going on.
We've got 13 students from Douglas County. We have 3 from Arcola High School.
Great.
And I went to class just this week on Monday, as a matter of fact, and we've got an unbelievable facilitator who's teaching the course to our students. And I remember meeting this group of students before school started, and then when I went in this week, I was blown away by their growth in maturity and their professionalism. And it's just, you know, we provide one type of experience for students here in the traditional high school setting, and the CEO program really is a great transition for how the real world works, you know, and they're dressed very professionally, and they're learning how to run a group business this semester, and then they'll be running their own individual business the second semester, and where they actually put on a huge trade show where they actually market their business, and it's just been a great experience, I think, for the kids so far.
Here on City Spotlight, we've learned firsthand all the communities, counties that are involved with CEO. It's definitely got a footprint here in Central Illinois.
It does.
And it's really neat to see how one has been able, Effingham was the first one, to be able to pass it on to all the counties that we've listed that are now have CEO. And congratulations to Douglas County, and here the students at Arcola High School that get to benefit from it.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's what it's all about today, is if you come up with something that's really powerful for students, it's about sharing. So all students can really benefit from that. And the other big part of that program is to really show our students what's right here in Douglas County, what those opportunities are. And our hope is that, you know, they start and develop and get a business degree, and they start their own business, and they stay right here in Douglas County. You know, so because it's a great place to raise children and live and grow, and we hope that we get that from the program as well.
Keep the hometown kids as best as you can.
That's right.
Some are going to go away, but we hope many of them come back to Arcola.
Yep.
And something exciting moving forward. Some things are going to be a benefactor of local business employer Libman's is given a shot in the arm here to Arcola High School and the schools to tell us what's coming forward from that.
So we had a call from Libman's, the Libman Company, and we've done a lot of things with them over the years, and they've always been very supportive of the community. And they felt like they really wanted to give back to the community in the school district, and they offered to donate $140,000 to the school district over the next 8 quarters, which is just unbelievable gift. And through that, we've been able to do a lot of exciting things. We're going to be offering a Libman Scholarship, $2,000 a year, to some different students for 5 different years. So that'll be great. We set aside $20,000 to help offset kids who are taking dual credit courses here at Arcola High School. We offer 18 dual credit hours now through Eastern Illinois University right here in high school, but it costs the students money, and this is going to help offset that cost, which is, I mean, awesome. Right. We're going to be renovating our whole multimedia to do a lot of video production and kind of retool that to really take it into the 21st century. And then we're also going to be doing a lot of partnership on curriculum for our agriculture, machinery, ag mechanics program, and really partner with them, not just from a financial, but also from a knowledge base and an equipment base, and how can we better prepare our students to be employees in not only their plant, but local manufacturing plants here in Douglas County. So it's just unbelievable by their generosity. It's just been tremendous.
So all these recent things that you just listed and the CEO program, I'd say the second 100 years of Arcola High School is off to a good start.
Hey, there you go. I agree. It's off to an awesome start.
Fantastic news, and congratulations to Arcola High School on celebrating 100 years. Dr. Tom Mulligan, Superintendent of Arcola Schools, we appreciate your time here on City Spotlight.
Thank you. Appreciate being here.
And that'll do it for this episode here on Arcola on City Spotlight. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com.